Hello again, everyone.
Hi.
It's a little bit like we're doing a board meeting. So
Yeah.
Yeah, except in public. We have a first question from Maxim here, who says, can you provide an update on the marketing initiative?
Who's best to answer that question? I think maybe Virginie, right?
Virginie, yeah, Virginie's on top of things. We actually gave an update yesterday, right, Virginie?
But maybe Maxim missed it.
but what?
Sure.
But what? So you mean, so when you say marketing, you say like all the communication plan?
The new communication strategy. I think
what I'll do is give the speech to Maxim, and then he can ask the question orally. Maxim, you're muted, but you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, the question is I wasn't part of the talk about this yesterday. I mean, it was pretty early in the morning, I think. So it's mostly like where you guys are with the marketing company. What's coming? What can we expect? How can we help? Do you need support or anything? That's pretty open questions basically. What's the direction and the next steps?
Yes, so in a nutshell, so what we've done during the summer in Europe, we organized several workshops. I don't know if you were part of one of them, Maxime. But so we selected some of the active members or less active members in order to do some live workshops with the Good Sense company. And then we launched also a big survey who was sent to everyone. And we had, I don't remember, like several, how much? I don't recall, but we had a lot of participations. And from that, Good Sense made a proposal of a new tagline, which is we make Odoo mightier together. And then they split this into 3 key messages. But I don't know them by heart, but I can share them with you in several minutes. And based on that, they are building really a big plan for the communication strategy for the next 3 to 5 years. And they are choosing which channels we should focus on and what we should tell to which person. And what we are doing right now is really building the new structure of the website, because it's the first, the first thing you go to see when you hear about OCA. And there is a new structure, a new architecture, which has been proposed and approved by the board. And now one of the Good Sense graphics designer, he's doing really the work and trying with Graham to have this done in the new in the version of Odoo 14. So we are waiting for the migration to go on, and we'll be able to put the new website there. And we will launch a new RFQ to really build the new website and the new content. And I hope also we will change a little bit our graphic part, but I don't know, that's my personal idea. And then the colors maybe. And then
what's wrong with purple?
Yeah, and that's it. That's where we are now, and we will then come back, and we have some meetings still with the Good Sense company to because I would like them to give us like a planning of what we will do in the next few months, and how much time we would need to have this communication coming to life, because we are all volunteers here, so it's difficult to do it. And so that's really appreciated that you offer your support and your help, because I think that we will focus on several channels and several type of contents, and I'm sure that Maxime and all of you will be able to contribute as well. That's it.
Thanks, Virginie. Are there any other questions in the audience? Raise your hand and I can give you the mic. Not that many questions. Virginie, you mentioned you had questions for the board earlier.
Yes, my question is, who started the OCA actually, and why? And who
is, sorry?
Who started the idea of the OCA at the first place, originally?
At least I can point the finger on somebody that perfectly can answer that question, and that's the one that that asked you to put your question. So, Alexandre, go ahead.
It's probably written somewhere on the OCA website, actually. But if I remember well, I don't have my notes here. But there was an initiative which was launched by Accretion, Camp to Camp, Thorpe, and maybe Savoir-Faire Linux also, which was the company for which in which Maxime Chambray was working at the time. I hope I'm not missing anyone important. And yeah, it started after an OCA days, an Odoo experience, which was not called Odoo experience at the time. So it was probably, don't remember, 2012, 2013, something like that. Pedro is pointing to the in the chat to the page about the Odoo community, which tells the real story.
And it was crowded.
And the idea was to share some. We're going to DDoS the OCA website. Don't do that. Don't click on the link. Oh, at the same time. But yeah, that's basically it. The founding members are at the bottom of that page. Yes. And I have to say, I was not part of this story. Joël was, Luc Morer was, Maxime was, I think Raphaël Valli was from Accretion.
Oh, Sébastien.
I think more Raphaël at that time. Maxime and Stefan Reinhardt, I believe, from Thorpe. Yes, Sébastien. Okay, I was wrong. Oh, Nomar. Yeah, I'm forgetting Nomar from Voxu, was also a founding member. Emil is asking, what are the benefits of becoming a member of the OCA? Well, I'll say first, that's showing us your support in a concrete and financial way, which is always nice. Then you get a few small perks, but okay, being a member is not required to be able to contribute to the OCA, and it's not required to be able to use what the OCA produces. Now, becoming a member gives you a way to say your word in the way the association is being managed. Okay, because of course, if you're a member of the association, you can get your word in there, and you can apply for participating in the management itself, and for applying for the board. It's mainly it's mainly showing your support in a more active way than just contributing source code or reviews, which are also necessary, of course. Maybe my other fellow board members have more to say on this.
I think it's part of the democratic process, and democratic baseline of our community, becoming a member. Because if you become a member, you can vote. You can, as you said, can make yourself a voice and get a delegate, become a delegate, and then finally and ultimately also become voted as a board member to pave the path the OCA is going. So that's a really important to me to become a member if you are considering contributing to the OCA.
Anyone else? Yeah. Danielle says we don't have a history page. And yeah, I agree, we should. History of the board members. An emeritus page.
I think it would be something nice to have. So it's been a few years now, and some people have contributed and are not there yet, and it would be nice to have. It's not the front page, of course, right? But it's having that somewhere in there. It would be nice.
Yep, I agree.
And the foundation of the OCA, it's easy to forget the mess that Odoo shared repositories were. For those who know what Launchpad is, it was a headache. So even with all the problems that we might have today, it's a paradise compared to the chaos that Launchpad was. And the quality was terrible. Now you would get a module, it would not even install in your system.
What was it? It was the extra modules repository.
Yes, one repository to win all
extra add-ons, yes. With lots of things not migrated, diverse versions.
Sometimes you couldn't even tell what version that module was supposed to run on.
Well, definitely not the one you tried it on. Yeah,
I think one thing to add here is that the OCA has ever been the source of new ideas, of really changing things in Odoo, and more often than not also influenced, even if Fabien would tell differently, even more than once influenced the R&D department of Odoo. So we are, if you will, the corrective community that thrives part of the innovation that also takes place in Odoo R&D.
I agree, and we were sometimes forward to them, for instance, in the linting and automatic testing of the code. There are also some things that we should learn from them. I've been really positively surprised by the quality of the commit messages they are doing on the stable branches, explaining in much details what they are doing, why they are doing it. And this is a huge change from 8 years ago. And this is, for instance, one bit where the OCA should learn and improve. Maxim is asking, when can we expect the videos of the OCA days to be published after editing and post-production? I admit I have no idea. Soon.
I think Rebecca knows it. We don't know.
Yeah, but it's 6 a.m. in her country.
I hope Rebecca's in bed. I would say she's in bed right now. And inferring from the last year, I would say it would not take that long. So maybe one month.
I have the right answer to Maxim, which is the Mexican ahorita. Which means somewhere in the future, and maybe never. No, for sure in the future. But now,
Having spent some months in Cuba, I know what that means.
Now getting serious, Frederick, I think probably 1 month should be about right, taking what happened last year, but I'm not sure about the timeline too.
Okay, and Pedro says he's sharing the pain about the quality of the commit messages. And yeah, this is really hard to get. Yuri says, actually, there are many people who use the OCA modules, but only few help OCA. Yep. Yep. Join us, make reviews, gain reputation, become a PSC member, become a member of the OCA, apply for being missing the name. It's getting late.
You mean delegate, maybe?
A delegate, thank you. And yay, that's the path. Join us. It's fun, actually. And then join the board, and you'll see how it happened in the kitchen. Who is doing editing and post-production videos? I think we have a contract for that, but I don't remember who precisely.
It's probably me to answer that, right? As the treasurer, I should know about the contracts. I think it's going to Fortfall again to do that.
Possibly. So there was a call for tender, I believe.
Yeah, I think, and I think they got it. So okay. They did it last year, and they will do it this year as well, as far as I remember.
I'm not sure about the pronunciation of his name, so I'll say the English way. Janos is asking how many active members in OCA approximately, and that's a tough one because we have to define active members first place. We used to have this in the association yearly report. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure I have that on hand.
I did some checking. Yay. I hope this is accurate. So looking at our members module, I see 238 paid members and 43 invoiced members that haven't paid yet. So let's say 250 members, paying members around that. We hope some of these invoiced ones will then eventually pay their invoice. So more than 200. I think that's a round number. So this is current members with the current paid membership.
Okay. How can we encourage people to help OCA and share knowledge? Any takers?
Spread the word. Listen to the talks. Spread the talks. Do social media. All that kind of stuff that brings these great talks that we've just experienced forward, and share them with the community.
I think that it's so I think people just see OCA, they use their models, as I mentioned, and they don't really stop to think what the OCA is, where it comes from. So being a bit more interested and learning about a bit more about the OCA, how it works and how it delivers all these nice models in a collaborative way. And if you do that and someone goes ahead and does that in their company, so spread a bit the word and let your other colleagues understand that an OCA module is not just Odoo apps published module, like one from one of the other companies that publish paid or free modules there. it's a bit different. It's a collaborative. So I speak for myself. Even if I get the paid model from the App Store, it's a pain to get improvements on those models because I just get the zip file. It's a headache to do contribute back improvements. In the OCA, it's different. It's collaborative, and I'm doing some improvements there, and then other people come and do the same, and it's for the benefit of everyone. So it's a very different dynamic. So even if you're not coming from an open source background, it's easy to see how you get this virtuous cycle of contributing and helping each other. So understanding that the OCA promotes this, and this is a different way of working, if you get to understand this inside the organization, spreading the word would be a great thing. And if people learn about it, understand it, and get interested, I think they will naturally want to learn and try to contribute and give back something.
Maxime Chambreuil says one way to encourage people to help and share is to make sure that they get a great first experience.
That's something we haven't worked on. He's totally right. It's something that should be, maybe after this communication strategy, maybe that should be the next big project. We should get onboarding people and get them have success on their first contribution. That's the steep ladder. Right after the first contribution, things are easier. That's totally right, Maxime.
Janos asks, what is most needed? Bug reports, pull requests, sponsor, translations. I have my answer on this. Reviews!
Well, not everyone can do reviews, but they can do functional tests.
Yes, and we have an infrastructure for helping this, and just clicking on the review button. So you need to learn how to click on the review button, even if you are only doing functional tests, but that's a great first step. And then bug fixes are the next, in my opinion, at least.
If I can complement, so you're right, you need that bug fix for the functional reviews. The thing is, it's not clear that if you click on that button, you go to an instance and you can test it there. So it's not clear for people. So that brings us back to Maxime's comment on onboarding newcomers and help them make this obvious for them. I would add another item there. So to bug fixes, it's also Odoo moves at a really fast rate. So these module upgrades for between versions, it's an easy thing. Migrations, it's usually on most cases an easy thing to do for developers, and it's a great first contribution. In a lot of cases, you need to change very few things.
Yep. Anyone else on this? Stefan, maybe you have an idea? Or Benoit? If you're speaking, you're muted.
Yeah, I agree with the most important thing is the reviewing, I think, to help. But I don't know if there is any help are welcome, but reviewing is what we need the most.
Virginie, what's your take on this as a non-techie?
I took some note of what you just said to keep it in mind. And yeah, I would need like a guide. Okay, I'm functional. How can I contribute? Okay, I have to go to GitHub. Okay, I need an account. Like all small steps, but I should be guided because otherwise. And I was guided like 4 years ago, and it helped. And also, I'm thinking about a buddy thing. Like when you are coming, You know, there is someone in the community who will take you by the hand and help you on everything. And it's like your mentor for the first contributions. And I think it can help a lot. But we would need some buddies available. I think that could be nice.
Yep. Yuri is suggesting we could create a post, or I imagine a blog post for every module. And that could help people understand what the module does and how it is related to other OCA modules. The OCApedia, that could be nice, actually.
Well, that already exists. It's called a README file. Now, you can say that the quality is not that good all the time, but there's an effort. We ask people to add a description, a usage and configuration information, and of course, it's not well written a lot of time, but there's a space for that. At least there is a concern with that. Now, there's a good point there in going further and explaining how it links to other OCA models, because a lot of times there are some use cases that only make sense if you join together 2 or 3 other modules. That's often overlooked, and there's a good point. And another good point we are missing is that at the top level of the repo, it would be nice to have, we don't have any kind of explanation what is for the main use cases or the main modules there. So expand the top level descriptions of the repositories. I think it would be great to introduce people on what are the gold nuggets there, like, and also which other modules play well together with this one. So usually this repo also plays together with other repos that extend them. It's something that's missing. So I think we could, I have this idea in the back of my mind that these repository README pages could really complement the website regarding PSCs and projects. They could link back to GitHub, and from there would have descriptions, and from there you can jump into the action modules that are available on each version. So yeah, I think there's space to improve there. The question is how exactly, and how we can make that friendly for non-developers. And that's an open question that maybe we should lean on it next after this communication strategy.
Agreed. I don't see any more questions. Do any of the board members, welcome back, Stefan, have questions, remarks, suggestions?
There's a new one.
Oh, missed it. So my chat window seems to be frozen. Can someone read it for me?
Sure. What would be nice and helpful is an index overview of all modules, an overview that help people see the whole. It would also make collaboration simpler.
Okay, I think we have that in the App Store, but it's not convenient. And I admit I usually cheat and abuse my my rights and go to the back end of the OCA instance to check for this. But yeah, the OCA App Store is a good starting point. Pierre also mentioned the talk that Joel did earlier today, which was, yeah, a great overview.
So yeah, we probably should highlight that on the website. Another thing, there have been here some talks that explain a little bit deeper some features that are in the OCA, our OCA modules. It would be nice if contributors could add links to those talks when they're available on their READMEs or in the repository. Like the field service, there were some talks, even in other events around field service. I checked, there's no link for those talks in the project README, and it's a shame. It should be there. It would help people to onboard.
Isn't there? Or maybe it's in management systems that there are some On the other hand, some really, really, really old talks using version 7,
Yeah.
which are slightly out of date nowadays. Maxime says, with the elections coming soon, can the new board members, so this is specifically Virginie and Benoit, share their experience of joining the board?
Can go. But Maxime, do you mean the how to get elected, or when I was elected, how I felt? I was really.
I'll give the voice to Maxime.
No, mostly the so people that may listen to this or think we had some questions about becoming a member, but we got some people that may be hesitant to apply for the board membership. So mostly share your experience about your responsibility, the maybe the load, all the nice stuff you've been part of, or I mean, yeah, mostly. I mean, I don't. It's not really the election process people should care about, but give them incentives to join, and then the process is just a formality there.
Yeah. Okay. So, but it's a great experience. I love it. What's quite impressive is that I came with a really different profile from the other members of the board, and I got like a complete trust directly, I think, and that's really great. And so I don't know if I proposed myself of if the communication was driven to me, but it was clear at like the first meeting or the second meeting that it was what I could focus on. And I had, I'm doing this work with Daniel, and Graham is really active, involved in the process as well. But I really feel like I can drive everything. And I proposed to write some blog posts, and the other members were like, "Oh yeah, go ahead." And so that's quite nice, because I really feel that I can bring my stone. We say that in French. Je peux apporter ma pierre à l'édifice. I can really, give what I can, and there is room for that. So that's really cool.
Yay!
Join us.
For me, maybe I had more difficulty to find maybe not my place, because as you said, in the board you are very everyone welcomes you, and you're not put apart, and you are so I really enjoyed the meeting, and you meet discussing, and every month with this very these great people was very good. But on my part, it was more. I had more difficulties to find my place and to bring my stone to the to the building, as you said. You Virginie was more. I mean, implicate. I don't know how to say it. But I don't regret it. I hope I've been I don't know. I've
Yes,
been because the responsibility I get from being elected, I hope I've been at the height of this responsibility. But good question. Will I apply next year? I think for me, I will. I'm not sure I will be elected, but I will, because I'm getting more confident, and also I find more my place now, and I see what the thing can do, and I will be able to help, and so I think it's maybe too soon to quit. I don't want to quit. So yeah, so I think I will apply, but since my I don't want to neglect myself, but I couldn't spend the time I wanted to spend. I have a baby born during this year, but that's not an excuse. But but I really enjoy and the meeting every month or more when you prepare the OCA days are something I didn't want to miss and try to be part of, because it's really interesting and really good good vibes, good people, great people, and you learn a lot. Yeah, hope that answers the question.
And as another board member, I want to say that I'm very happy to have seen you.
We lost you
this year. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can, yes.
Okay. I just wanted to say that it's important that we also get new blood in the board and fresh ideas, and every little bit help. And even if you don't have that much time to dedicate, don't hesitate to apply. If you have fresh ideas to bring, it's very important too. So it was very good to have Virginie and Benoit this year, and hope they will apply for next year, definitely.
We have a question from Ryan, and then a question from Yuri, I think. Ryan says, I do see a lot of pull requests and contributions that are open for months with little to no comment, no review, or never merged. Do we have any plan to mitigate this?
But yeah, we have started to think about the PSC role and PSC members, because one thing is if PSC members are more active on some of the repositories and to ping people to review or to fix if there is something to fix on the PR and stuff like that. So this is in that way, if we have if we arrive to fix this problem in the functionment of the PSC, maybe it will help to fasten this problem. Of course, there is a lot of reviews to be done, and so we need more person to do it also. It's not only but this
in many cases it's a question of lacking people to care about the modules that have been contributed, and people must realize that some PSCs literally have to cover hundreds of different modules for sometimes a handful of people, and it's simply not possible. So, and there is also this possibility people have to become maintainers of specific modules to show that they care about modules, and they will then be notified when there are pull requests on the modules they are maintainers of, so they can be also more reactive. And I would say that is something that we really need to encourage. And if you as a contributor, you have even one module that you particularly like and want to care about, becoming a maintainer is really helpful, because then you will be notified of pull requests on it. You have right to merge yourself your pull request to do, for instance, forward ports and back ports or bug fixes, so that can really bring some dynamisms to the repository, and not only rely on PSC member who are really often a small team for a very big number of add-ons. Yeah.
Can I make
would like, yep,
a bad proposal? I can make a bad proposal here. So let's reject new PRs from people who haven't done recently a code review. That's it. It's my bad proposal.
Yeah, pull requests. There are also different kind of pull requests. Okay, it's different to make a pull request for a migration of an existing module to version 15, or to make a pull request to fix a bug on an existing module in an existing version of Odoo, or to enhance an existing module in a backwards compatible way, and to propose a new module. Okay, by proposing a new module, you are adding work to people who don't know your use case, possibly don't know your module very well, and you are asking them to take your work into their boat, which is already quite crowded. So these make for different kind of pull requests, and I would like, well, I see lots of reviews and comments on migration pull requests, on enhancement pull requests, on bug fix pull requests, and these tend to get noticed and updated. And unfortunately, I also see lots of people who make pull requests and never answer to these comments, which is sad, because they are kind of holding a pull request for the migration of a module and then not following up on it. And then people are wondering, okay, should I make my own, fork that pull request and make my own pull request to get that module merged in the correct way or not? And that's a bit sad, because we're wasting efforts there. Now, new modules, proposing a new module is not the best way to make a first contribution to the OCA. I'm sorry to say that, because there is so much to learn about the ways of the OCA, our coding standards, the way the continuous integration works, etc., etc. And proposing a new module as a first contribution is not the easiest path. Okay, and it's much easier, if you want to be a maintainer for that module, to first get inside, okay, become possibly a member of the PSC, and then you get more freedom for your contributions, for your new module contributions. Which doesn't mean we don't accept new modules. Of course, a useful new module will get some attention, will get some care, but it means throwing more work at others. So please make sure when you contribute a new module to make your share and to review other pull requests and to learn before you start contributing. Okay, ask for help. We have mailing lists, and people will tend to be helpful in the OCA community. Raised hand by Yuri. Yuri, if you unmute your mic, you should be able to ask a question.
Hello. I want to say thank for all of OCA members for your work, for your great modules that are very popular, and there are many people who use it, but as I have wrote only a few make help, they will say, help you for your modules, and for your books is great, and it's help to learn and use the Odoo.
Well, thanks for the thanks. You're welcome. It's our pleasure. I don't have much to add. You mentioned the Odoo development cookbook. I have to say, although my name is still on the cover, I haven't worked on the latest versions, and unfortunately, I totally forgot the name of the main contributor to the version 12, 13, and 14. Who sounds stupid like that. Let me. Ravish, I think. He's a guy from India, and he's the one who made the core work of migrating that book to version 12, 13, and 14. So all hails to him. Yes, thanks.
He make it this double the size of what we did. We did first edition, then he took over, and he basically doubled the content. Right?
You were not part of the second edition, Daniel.
Oh yeah, okay, you did. I didn't. Good. Yes. I'm sorry for forgetting that.
No, that's fine. And then Raj, joined and made the core heavy lifting work on version 12, 13, 14.
He did great work there.
So, yes.
Great credits to him.
Maybe one last question because it's getting late. We have Emil asking about the translations and regarding the cleanup of the translations. A lot of the same words need to be translated for each and every module, and it's a bit difficult here.
Yeah, I can say a few words about that. The translations, basically there is no centralized coordinations of translation work for each language. And so basically I maintain Weblate, I keep it running. But regarding the content, it's very difficult to know what are the best practice for each language. For instance, there are conventions for each language. I don't know personally which, if it is NL or NL_NL to be used for Dutch or for which country. And if people have do the research and can come with conclusions about that, we can certainly run cleanup scripts. That's certainly something we can do, but we really need people to take the lead on specific languages to provide us clear and documented information of what we have to do on the language versions. And also regarding Weblate, we suspect that it should be possible to do better configuration of Weblates, like enabling additional options or maybe grouping projects to reuse more words between, for instance, between versions. When you create a new branch, it's a whole new projects, and there is no synchronization between branches. So there are probably things to be done, but we really need resource and help. So if there are people out there who are Weblate specialists who want to really learn about it, just get in touch and we can discuss and give you access if you want to help improving things there.
Not having to translate created by and created on would be so cool.
Definitely, and there are probably possibilities for that, but I don't have the time to do more with Weblate, and if people want to step up and help with that, is most welcome. Yeah.
Okay. I think we should probably wrap it up by now. It's been a really great Ask Me Anything question. I would like to thank all the audience for their great questions and all my fellow board members for their great answers and great spirit. These have been 2 enthralling days for me. I've learned a lot, and it's always a pleasure to be part of such a great community. And thanks to all the people who presented, and special thanks to the one who presented multiple times. Sebastian, if you hear me. And of course, I would like to thank all our sponsors for helping us make the event real and to make our infrastructure work and participate in that. So thanks a lot to them too. Well, that's it. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank
See
you.
next year,
Bye.
I hope
Thank you.
in real life.
Yeah, hopefully.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye bye.